Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. I don't know if my voice is making it through the stream. Testing, 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 testing. I don't hear it for some reason. On the stream. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it doesn't seem very loud. If you guys think I should be louder, let me know. Hello, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here, playing some more Hunter Primal. How are y'all doing today? I think I'm in the camera. Hope everybody's doing well. Got my glasses on today, so my headphones are kind of squishing my ears here. Where am I at here? Okay, so I'm near Site Z, so that's good. I just let everybody know I'm here. So I'm just going to do some hunting for maybe an hour or two, if I can. I hear Utah tracking me already. So the server's open, so join in. If you don't have the game, then try to check some game key sale sites. I hear Utah. I don't know exactly where it is though. It's over here somewhere. So the title today is All Dinosaurs Go Through Hard Times. So must be wondering what that's about. Well, to be honest, this whole woke kind of leftist ideology, again, is not about social justice. It's not about equality. It's not about making people's lives necessarily better. It's basically to implement more control over the individual. And that's what it is, the elites. The ones who are claiming to be the social justice warriors are convincing millions of people, billions maybe around the world, that they're out for their best interest. And they're convincing people that they need this or they need that or they have to have this or they have to have that. Otherwise, somehow they're in danger or somehow they're not free. Which, again, is like oxymoronic, because it's like if you're controlling people more, then you're less free, right? And they're using two things to do this. Race for the most part, and climate change. Okay? So, if you can convince people that there's inequality everywhere, then you got the race. Grief. That's very loud. So, anyway. That was very loud in my ears. Oh, there's the Rex. Got his attention. And then if you can convince everybody of something that has not happened yet, and convince them that it's going to happen, even though there's no real proof that it will ever happen. In fact, evidence points that there will never be a runaway greenhouse effect here. And the reason for that is because it's never happened before. Okay? Now you might say, well, what do you mean it's never happened before? Of course it's never happened before. Because it's human beings that are causing the problem. Well, no. Human beings are not a problem. They're putting an insignificant amount of CO2 into the atmosphere. Compared to, again, what scientists say, not what I particularly believe as far as timeline goes, but scientists have said and documented that we have had exponentially a higher amount of CO2 in the atmosphere in the past. Okay, up to thousands of parts per million. Okay, so right now we're at about, like, I don't know, somewhere between 400 and 500 parts per billion. I mean, I'm just trying to pick that off the top of my head from what I've seen before. So imagine going from 400 or 500 parts per million, and again, parts per million, okay, to like 3,000 parts per million or 4,000 parts per million, right? Okay, there's two Rex here. Nice. Okay, it would take an enormous amount of, like, purposeful effort, right, to increase the CO2 that high. Like, it wouldn't be something that just happened, like, because people drove cars, right? To get up to thousands of parts per million, you would literally have to make machines all over the planet, like, purposefully spewing out enormous amounts of CO2 to even try to get it up to that point, right? Okay? And that would still be difficult to do. Because you still have all the trees and the plants on the planet to, like, help offset that, right? So the planet would get greener, right? Plants would produce more leaves, you know, to compensate, right? So, or I should say there would be more plants, I'm sorry. There would be more plants, more leaves to compensate for that, because it would be a thriving environment for them, right? So plants would want to grow and propagate, right, in that kind of environment. So what's the point I'm getting at here? Because I don't want to get on the climate change thing, right? In other words, it's in past history, maybe more than once, they've documented that the CO2 levels have been, like, extremely high compared to what they are today. And there was no runaway greenhouse effect. Okay? Right? And in the past, it should have happened a lot easier. Right? Because you didn't have, quote unquote, the evolution of the plants that we have today and all that other stuff. Right? You didn't have, supposedly, water back then. Okay? Again, I don't believe all this, but this is what scientists have documented. So they're contradicting their own, like, findings. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask an honest scientist and say, "Well, are we going to have a runaway greenhouse effect ever?" Most of them would say, "No. The only thing that's happening is the planet seems to be trending in a direction that's taking it to be a little bit warmer." But that's even kind of argued that that's even happening, because the Earth goes through ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. We just might be in an up now when it comes to temperature. We're not in a down, or we might be going down, what I mean, coming from an up. But, it's not necessarily warmer than any other period in history. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. So anyway, so they're using this kind of climate change and racism to control people, right? They're trying to get them to move in a different direction, to vote a certain way, to to grow their numbers. You brainwash one, and then that one will brainwash another. You know what I'm saying? So, or you brainwash one and then peer pressure the others. There's many different ways. You fearmonger, that scares people into coming to your side. That kind of thing. So, again, what am I saying here? So what my point is with when I say in the title, all dinosaurs go through hard times, I'm referring to a particular singer who was giving some public statements or interviews or whatever, and on social media or whatever she was doing, and she basically kind of goes on a spiel during her talk about how she didn't get along with her parents. Her parents were really bad to her. They weren't really great parents, and she didn't get along with them, and she just had a kind of a, I guess you could say, a horrible upbringing or whatever. It wasn't good. And that's all fine and dandy. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't know where that one ran. There's 2 wrecks here. There's one over there, I think, and one over here in the woods. Yeah, there's 2. So I don't know where that other one ran. And I can't see this one because of the rain. Okay, that one's coming. This one I think is hurt, so I'll have to... So she went on a rant about her, not pleasant childhood. And again, that's fine. Like, I'm not here to say that people don't have feelings or can't express their grievance when it comes to how they've been treated in the past by people or by their parents or family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not attacking that. But what I'm attacking is the fact that the left and the woke crowd really want to attack a religion, right? Like, that's their primary goal, is to attack religion. Um, because if they can get people to not believe in God, then the only thing you got left is to believe in people, to believe in the government, right? And this is why there's been a push, against God for so many decades. It started back in the 50s when they took the Bibles out of the schools, and then the early 80s they banned prayer in schools, which, was kind of an unfortunate thing. And again, I'm not saying that you have to believe in God, but let's be honest here. If you don't believe in a higher power, then what exactly, where are you getting your morals from? You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, if there's no absolute set of morals, then the morals can change all the time. You see? So now, I'm going to say out boldly that there is evidence that there is a higher power. Okay, if you look at nature and how things work so intricately, you know, and evolution. I mean, if you look at all the scientific evidence, evolution just, it can't happen like the way that they say it happens. One kind changing into another, like that just doesn't happen. Species is not changing the kind, right? Like, there might be different types of cats, but they're all cats. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if they can breed with one another or not. That doesn't make it not a cat. You know what I'm saying? It just means that there's been enough genetic mutation in the genome kind that oh, here we go. There it is. Let me see. That looks like a different one. I wonder if that's a rare. Come on, give me a... Is that the one I shot? Come on, give it to me. Oh, that's a little one. I can't really get a good shot here. See, I don't know if that's the one I shot or not. Where is it? Where did it go? Where the heck is it? Oh, come on. So let me get back to the whole all dinosaurs go through hard times. So she goes to say that because she went through all this crap in her life, right? Because she had bad parents, that means there's no God. That she's now claiming to be an atheist, right? So, now, what is the reason for that? Like, why even mention God at all, right? Like, there's no reason except to undermine religion, right? Or undermine the Bible. So, yeah, crap. There was a rock there. Shoot. At least I don't think I hit him. Come on. Why aren't they coming? Oh, here he comes. Crap. Darn it. I don't have enough stamina. So her whole point in that whole spiel is to basically crap on Christianity, right? Because she's not crapping on the Muslim religion. Because God forbid you do that, right? You know what I'm saying? God forbid you do that. So the attack really is on Christianity. Because what was she? She was probably, who knows what. I'm assuming Catholic. If she's really Latino or whatever she says she is, then I would say she's probably raised Catholic, but I don't know. She could have been Pentecostal or whoever knows if she was anything. But my personal opinion is when these celebrities come out and attack Christianity or attack religion, you know, that they weren't really ever really Christians to begin with. Like, I'm not saying she wasn't, but I would say she wasn't religious to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And why would it take her all this time? I mean, she's like 40 years old now. I think it was Britney Spears, right? She's 40 years old, right? So it's going to take her, you know, say she was an adult, say 18, so it's going to take her 20 plus years to come to a decision or conclusion that she doesn't want to believe in God anymore because what her parents did like a long time ago. Because she's been an adult for a while now, so she's probably had control over her money, you know, for a while now and all that stuff. So um, I think this is just twofold. One, she wants to attack religion to appease the woke and leftist crowd, right? Because she wants to stay relevant. Because she's a has-been, really. I mean, I'm not saying Britney Spears is not popular still, but I mean, she ain't as popular as she was in the heyday. I mean, at least I don't think so. I don't really follow the modern music anymore, but you know, it's not like I hear her name all over the place, you know. So one, she's probably trying to stay relevant. Two, she's probably trying to avoid feeling any guilt for taking care of her family, right? Because she was complaining about, oh, she's given this much money to her, I don't know if it was her father or mother or whoever. She's giving money to her family, right? She's supporting her family, right? And, you know, that's what you do when you become rich and popular, right? You support your family. it's like, duh. Like, you know, my wife, we don't have much money, right? We're like, I mean, I guess in today's world, we're like on the poverty line, basically. If you want to, we're probably like considered, we're not like in the low poverty line, but you know, we're probably like pretty close to what you would consider in the poor. Well, we're definitely in the poor section, right? We're not like extreme poverty, but you know, we're definitely in the poor section of the grid. So, you know, my wife is from another country, right? So, when she came here, her goal was to take care of her family, right? Like that was her goal. Her goal was, if I make it in America, then I'm going to take care of my family, right? I want to build a house for my mom and dad or whatever the case is, you know. And in her country, you know, it doesn't cost as much to you know, build stuff. But and is she rich and famous? My wife? I mean, certainly not. I can testify to that. You know what I'm saying? Ah, did I get him? No, I didn't. Ah, there we go. Got it. Come on. Come to Papa. So she's not even rich. and yet she still takes care of her parents and her family. You know what I'm saying? And um, you know, it's not like she didn't always get along with her family, right? Because she's a Christian and a lot of her family was not. You know what I mean? Now some of her family has recently um, discovered the truths of the Bible and have given their life to Christ. But you know, before she was at contention a lot of times with her family because you know all they'd be doing is asking her for money, and then they'd be arguing with her sometimes and all that. Now, did that stop her from supporting them? No. She didn't care, like, I mean, she did care how they were treating her, but she didn't care about how she was treating them in regards to whether she was going to take care of them or not. You know what I'm saying? They're poor, right? So her goal is to help them have a better life. So she's not even rich, and yet she still helps take care of her family back home in her poor, you know, who are poor, right? So Britney Spears, she's complaining about taking care of her family, and she's rich. You know what I'm saying? There should be another one coming, right? So, go figure, right? But she's using the fact that she wasn't treated well as a kid, that she went through all these really bad experiences with her family. Again, I'm not discounting the fact that she did. If she did, then that's sad. But um, does that negate the care that you give for your family? Okay? Because like I was telling somebody online who was complaining about their parents, always wanting to tell them what to do and all this other stuff, they were just whining about that, and I'm like going, you know what? You don't have to listen to your parents, right? If you're an adult, you don't have to listen to your parents. You don't have to. But don't sit here slandering your parents, smearing their name, right? Making them look so horrible when you wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for them raising you the first 18 years of your life. You know, it's just really crazy how kids have it in their mind today that they can just curse their parents, they can disrespect their parents, and all that. And I'm like, fine, if you're an adult, you can do whatever you want. You can be a total jerk, right? You can be so entitled and unappreciative of life. That's your choice. But that doesn't take away from the fact that your parents, whether they were okay or not okay, still fed you, gave you a place to stay, dressed you, helped you go to school, you know, did all these things for you. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not discounting situations where there was like severe abuse. Okay, I understand how you can have really negative feelings there. I'm not saying that if you're the person who's went through really crappy, horrible experience, that you don't have a right to feel, you know, very disgusted with that. You do. But I'm not talking about the severe cases here, okay? I'm just talking about in general. But again, why does Brittany have to bring up religion? Why does she have to bring up God? It's like, so the point I'm getting at here, if you're listening to me thus far, and you should, because I'm sharing some thoughts here, some wisdom. is that there maybe there's this mindset out here that Christians, again, because I think this is who they're attacking. They're not attacking Muslims, right? Because the left says, oh God, Muslims, they're so whatever. There's prejudice against them, you know? Even though they have a more extreme religion than Christianity does. I mean, Christianity really isn't extreme at all. You know? Because if you read the Bible, God gives everybody a choice to follow him or not. And then he tells them the consequences. It's that simple. In the Muslim religion, it's more like you have to or else, you know? So, maybe not in America because, you know, we're free and we have laws to protect us, but like in Muslim countries, you got to be real careful about teaching Christianity and Judaism and stuff like that, because you can get thrown in jail, in some cases killed. So, you know, and if you're gay, you know, that can be pretty harsh too. So again, I think she's bringing up the Christianity because she wants to appease the woke and left crowd, and then she doesn't want the guilt on her to have to take care of her family because she just wants to stop taking care of them. So she wants to really like lay them out to be the most heinous, horrible people on the planet. When I'm sure that there was some other girl out there who went through 100,000 times a worse experience, like, you know, those girls, women and young girls, underage girls who are being shipped across Biden's border to be used as sex slaves and sex workers. You know, those girls. But yet the same woke and left crowd wants to leave the border open so that all these drugs are coming across, all these, like, human trafficking is going on that Trump was trying to stop. That was one of the reasons for the wall. They keep saying it's racism, but it's not. It was to stop the drugs from flowing, stop the criminals from flowing, stop the human trafficking from happening. And California has been having their borders wide open. They've been letting people just flood in. Oh boy. Oh my God. Oh Lord. I wasn't prepared. God, I hate this frickin' stamina. I mean, you lose stamina from swinging an axe. I mean, really? I mean, I can understand running, right? Running, you lose stamina. But why do you lose stamina from swinging an axe? That just makes zero sense. Now, I understand they're trying to just make the game harder. But, you know, let's be realistic here. Make the gun reloading slower or something. I don't know. So, you know, people think that Christians, like, I don't know, I'm just assuming this is what people think. I know everyday Christians don't think this, but maybe the unbelievers think this. The atheists think that Christians just have this nice, lovely, peachy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've never gone through, like, you know, shit, if, you know, to speak in worldly terms. You know what I mean? That our life just kind of, we just roll through life with no problems. Everything's just honky-dory. That couldn't be farther, that is like so far from the truth. Because first of all, most people get spiritual when they're going through hard times. Okay? They don't like run away from it. You know, most of the time, I would think that, you know, it would be Christians. If you were raised a Christian, right, and you're going through crappy hard times, you might leave the faith, right, because you're going through crappy hard times. That I can understand. right? Because you're expecting it to be hunky-dory, especially if you didn't read your Bible. Because the Bible says very clearly, if you're a Christian, you're going to be suffering persecution, right? You're not going to be loved by the world. You're going to be hated by the world. So, you know, those of us who choose to become a Christian know what we're getting into. You know, but a lot of us, like I came from the world, so to speak. You know, I wasn't like raised a Christian. You know, I wasn't raised totally like without God, so to speak. I mean, I heard about God, you know, my grandmother, you know, whatever, watched religious programs and stuff. You know, my dad kind of went to church, you know. He wasn't going at first, but then he went later. But, you know, it wasn't like... I wish I could see here. I need new glasses. Alex. Who's Alex? How you doing, Alex? How do you get this stupid, how do I get these emojis and stuff off of here? Oh, there we go. What's up, Mitch? Yeah, I saw you on here. I don't know what Roso Este Roman means. What does that mean? They changed stuff around here. Why? Oh, there it is. Roso is Romanian. Okay. Ah, gotcha. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, Roso, right. Now I get it. Yeah, your name on Steam. Got it. Got it. Alright, I'm gonna head over to the swamp over here. I don't know if, is that where everybody is? Oh wow, no one's over there. Cool. I mean, not the cool, but you know, there's gonna be T-Rex. So yeah, so Christians, you don't leave God because you're going through hard times, and you don't hate God because you went through hard times. God is not the reason people do bad things. I mean, I don't understand why God gets blamed all the time, right? Like there's zero reason, no reason to blame God for anything that's evil, right? Because if you want to say you don't believe in God, who is righteous and just, then you have to say that you don't believe in evil either. Because who's his counterpart? Satan, right? The evil one, right? So this is the oxymoronic kind of thought process that atheists have. They claim to not have God, but yet they still say that they have morals. Okay? Now, in basic terms, all morals are a belief system that you have by which you live by. Okay? That's what the basic idea of morals are. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that, man. You're all right. That's probably how much I earned on Google on YouTube so far. $2.99. Because you know you don't really get much from ads, and plus you have to sit there and watch the whole ad to get like you know the full amount of pennies that you even get, if it's even worth a penny. I don't even know if an ad is worth a penny. So So yeah, so Christians, you know, go through the same horrific things that that non-Christians do, and in fact, they go through worse situations than. Uh, what happened, Ron? You did it twice? Oh man, was that an accident? Wow, I got a whole bunch of you. Sorry, I got the sniffles. The weather's changed here, so it's my sinuses are acting up again. Oh boy. I gotta kill these before. Yeah. So if you don't want to believe in God, who is righteous, then you cannot believe in evil. Like you can't say there's one but not the other, because what what determines what's evil? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying that there's no set of morals, thank you, Ron, I appreciate that, man. If there's no like supreme set of morals to live by, like the Bible, you know, per se, then anybody can have their own morals. So you can't like justifiably punish one person for doing something that another person thinks is wrong. But but the person who did something thinks that's right. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, you can agree on like a national set of laws to live by, but at the same time, as time passes, those laws and morals are going to be constantly changing, right? According to the well, that's a lot of Utah. The flavor of the year, you know what I mean, or the flavor of the era. Okay, that one ran away. But I think there's more. Tell me if it's hard to hear, too. Yeah, I wish I had like a tech guy that can work on my channel with me. Because I don't even know how to enable like, oops, um, rewards and stuff for super chats. I guess I gotta read up on that. I mean, my channel, you know, I don't really get many donations on the channel, so I just never took the time to really look into it. You know, I do appreciate it, though. Thank you. You know, we're trying to send the kids through school, so it would be nice if my channel got more funding, you know, but again, I haven't been streaming really all summer, so I don't expect too much. So just like, share, and all that stuff, you know, that helps too if you share the video. And hit the like button, you know, get other people to hit the like button. Where am I going here now? Oh, Razzo's at the swamp. Save me some Rex, man. Don't kill them all off on me before I get there. Need some action. Alright, what was I getting at here? Yeah, so a lot of a lot of people become Christians, because they've had bad experiences in their life and they need to deal with it. They need to cope with it. They need to understand it, right? So, if people read the Bible, they'll find out that God speaks against a lot of these bad things that happen to people. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might say, well, why doesn't God do something about it? Well, what's he going to do about it? I mean, what do you want him to do? Right? The woke left says that God committed genocide back in the Old Testament times, right? So he's bad, right? Because he did that. Well, he did that because of that the people were evil, right? So you're like saying on one hand God should do something about evil, but on the other hand you're complaining because he did something about evil. So again, it's like this oxymoronic kind of thinking where you're not making any sense, right? So what is it? Which is it? Do you want God to do something, or do you not want him to do something? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you that God does do things sometimes, but the reason why he doesn't, he's not sitting back and going, well, human beings are just on their own. I'm just not going to worry about them at all. Well, first of all, he did worry about us because he sent Jesus to die for our sins, so his only son, so that we might have salvation and forgiveness. But, he also sent us his word so that people, when they read it, their hearts can be changed, right? Their lives can be changed. They can live a life that's more in line with a righteous life than an evil life, right? And, if people did that, then we would be a better world. Again, but God's not going to like jump in front of somebody if they're about to do something wrong, because he's not here to control people, right? If he steps in at every turn and and did something to somebody who was about to do something wrong, then we might as well just be under an authoritarian rule, right? Um, God wants us to do the right thing, but he also gives us the right to choose, okay? He also gives us the right to choose. So, and in a sinful world, we're all going to go through bad times. Some of us, horrible times. And Christians even go through bad and horrible times. So they're not exempt somehow from going through shit, okay? If I'm going to use a worldly term, right? They're not exempt from that. So when Brittany says I'm an atheist because of the shit that I went through, I don't believe in God anymore. Well, by doing that, she's taking the blame off the people who hurt her and putting it on God, when God didn't do anything wrong to her. You know what I'm saying? If her parents followed Christ, maybe they claim to be religious. But just because you claim to be religious doesn't mean you're a good person. And it doesn't mean that you're a Christian, right? A Christian is somebody who follows Jesus Christ or follows the Word of God, right? If you're not following the Word of God, then you're not a true Christian. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter what a person claims to be or whether they even go to church every week. That doesn't mean anything. That's just warming a pew, you know? A Christian is somebody who has a change of heart from a worldly living to righteous living, right? And righteous living is not perfect living. That's just the living striving for right doing based on what the Bible says is right. Okay, that's what righteous living is. So Brittany, again, by blaming God for everything that happened to her, she's now taking the blame off of her parents and the people who hurt her and putting it on God. So she's doing the exact opposite of what she wants to do, right? So, and she's just putting herself in a place of doing something wrong herself and justifying it, right? She wants to hate her parents. She wants to not take care of her family, right? So that's the wrong thing to do. You should not hate people, and you should take care of your family. So by denouncing God and saying it's his fault, he's taking the blame off of what her parents did to her, and at the same time she's now justifying the fact that she wants to cut herself off from them, right? And just kind of let them go on their own and rot away, right? Which is not a good thing either, right? As Christians, we're taught to love one another. And as Christians, we're taught to love our enemy and pray for those who despitefully use us and abuse us. Wow, you know, that's like way opposite of what the world teaches you, right? So, but that's the right thing to do. Why is that the right thing to do, you might say? Because why would you want to love your enemy? Why would you want to pray for those people who really did horrible things to you? Well, the reason being is because it produces more love, less hate. And it makes a better world. That's what it comes down to. It promotes peace, not conflict. Okay, so a lot of God's principles, even though they may not make sense to a worldly person, are the only way, and I'm going to say this again, the only way to promote peace and harmony. There is no other way. Like Joe Biden, when he was saying that people who voted for Trump are trouble, you know, in essence he's saying enemies of the state. Is that promoting peace? Is that promoting harmony? Is that promoting love? No, it's not. Because that kind of approach can never create harmony. In fact, it only breeds hate and bloodshed. That's the only outcome. And that's never good. To just deem another human person unworthy of redemption. And I'm not saying that people that voted for Trump are bad. I'm just, from the perspective of them, right? People who vote for Trump. And really what they're saying here is not MAGA people, but they're really targeting conservatives, right? That's what they're doing, right? Because what would you say a MAGA person was? You would say they're a conservative. They're certainly not right-wing extremists. I mean, that's pretty stupid to think that. But most people are conservative, whether they want to believe that or not, right? Because if you save money in the bank, you're conservative. If you want to try to pay less taxes, you're trying to be conservative, right? If you're trying to run a successful business, well, you can only do that by being conservative. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you're religious at all, you should be conservative, right? Because if you're reading the Bible, then, I mean, the Bible isn't like authoritarian per se. What is this guy doing? Oh, somebody's there. He's attacking the other person. That's pretty funny. Wow. Oh my god. He's got like three of them on him. Ooh, I'm frozen. Ooh. Well, my guess is he didn't make it. I guess he died. Come on, die. What the heck, man? Can't believe he didn't die. Alrighty then. So, I don't know. Like I said, everybody goes through hard times. and again, I'm not discounting the pain that you go through. But it's not God's fault. You know, God's telling everyone to follow the Bible, right? So, if you don't follow the Bible, then you're really just looking out for yourself. You know? And you're going to do selfish things. And yes, it's true that you could say, well, a person who murders somebody is bad. We can all agree with that. Well, of course. A person who rapes a woman, you know, is bad. We can all agree to that. That's true. You know? But God didn't create humans to be robots. Right? He created humans to serve him. He created humans to be a certain way. You know, he didn't create this world to be chaotic and destructive and violent, you know? That's not what he wants from humans. He wants people to get along, you know, and to treat each other well. You know, this is why he created marriage, you know, because he wants two people to come together mutually, you know, consensually. You know, he doesn't want just some guy walking down the street sees some girl walking down the street and jump her bones. You know what I mean? Like animals do. I mean, that's how animals behave, you know? I think I hear a Rex. So, you know, the Bible has morals in it that are above human morals, you know? So, when you don't have a supreme moral, like, law that you follow, then anything can go in society. Then you can get away with, there was a bakery apparently where some black kid from college, he was a young college student, stole a donut or something, some donuts or pastries, and the store worker, I might be messing this up a little, the store worker, you know, saw it or caught him and was trying to, you know, confront him or apprehend him, and, you know, I guess there was some kind of a brawl or fight, and he was chasing the kid, and then I guess it kind of went out of the bakery and then ended up going to the college campus. And, you know, I guess when the other black kids at the college or people at the college saw this kid chasing after the black kid and tackling him, they thought that he was beating him up or something, so they jumped on him and, you know, were starting to beat up the white kid. I think this is how it went. You can look it up online. So, anyway, to make a long story short, the college dean went after the the bakery, you know, and was smearing their name and getting students to protest against it and all that stuff. And you know, really it made a very terrible, horrible time for the bakery. I mean, their business took a really big hit, and then, you know, they were basically just giving the bakery a bad name, you know, and it was around for like over 100 years, this bakery. So it's like, you know, crazy. So anyway, they ended up, I guess, going to court over this whole thing, and they ended up winning like, you know, $36 million or something. The bakery did. So the jury was in favor of the bakery. So that was a good thing. And why'd you do that? Really? Why did you do that? No, now what? We're gonna get attacked by the... Who dropped it anyway? I don't see it on the... I don't see the... Oh. Is it 3 kilometers away? Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool. Alright. I don't know, I see it on my map. Oh, that's a dot. Yeah, never mind. So because you don't have any like supreme morals to go by, you can go ahead and do stuff like that, right? Just slander and smear people and cancel them and do whatever you want, right? Because the Bible would say to the left, you're doing the wrong thing, right? You're not following righteousness. You know what I mean? Right? Because that's not loving your neighbor. That's not praying for your neighbor. That's not being a good example to your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to convert anyone here to Christianity. I'm just saying that the United States was founded on Christian principles, right? So that's why our country has worked for so long, right? Because there was always an underlying basic respect for each other. You know, but in today's society, you know, that respect is no longer there. You know, so it's okay to hate. Like the left is okay to hate these Trump voters or MAGA voters or conservatives or Christians, right? To them, it's okay for them to hate us because their morals dictate their behavior, right? Their morals tell them that we're bad. Even though there's no evidence, right, that we're bad or that we did anything wrong to them. You see what I'm saying? They're just painting their own picture of what is wrong, right? It's not based on some supreme moral principles. You see, and that's what I'm saying here. Right? Again, you can live how you want. You can do what you want. I mean, whatever. We're all going to answer to God one day, though. But, you know, God gives us the freedom of choice. And knowing that you have the freedom of choice in life actually helps you to become freer as a person. Right? When you have liberties, you're freer. You can think clearly. Right? You're not under oppression. You're not under pressure. You know, it's a relieving thing to have freedom, because then you can kind of like look at something objectively and weigh the pros and the cons and the balances and the, you know, the facts versus fiction, you know, all that stuff. So this is why science today, at least as it's depicted in the media and politics, is not science anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not science anymore. Because they're basically forcing it down your throat. They're saying you have to accept this, you have to believe this, you have to take this injection. Otherwise, you're bad. You know what I'm saying? That's not free. That's not anti-anxiety. You know what I'm saying? That's oppression. When you're not given the choice to do things, you know? Or not do things. So anyway, I'm kind of going off here. So again, that's all I got to say about that. I mean, just remember, everybody goes through hard times. So, you know, it's got nothing to do with God. It just has to do with people choose to live a wicked life. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like, when I do wrong, is it dead? Then I'm choosing to do wrong. Come on, Ron. Shoot. What are you doing, dude? Oh my God. I have no stamina. Come on, shoot it. God. Why are you just standing there, Ron? You want me to die? Oh, no ammo. Here. Wow. Okay, let's see what I got here. Okay, there's some of that. There's some of that. There's some of that. There you go. I'm like, was wondering, like, man, freaking me out. Did I just give him my only gun? Yeah, I did. I gotta take that back. So it's never good when celebrities get up there and, you know, say things like that. You know what I mean? And she's saying all this in front of her kid. You know what I mean? So how is he gonna grow up? You know? And 500 miles away. Mitch? Yeah. We'll go out this way. Oh, Mr. Duck. He's not showing up on the thing. Oh, yeah, he is. he's with Mitch. We're going to be a big group, huh? So, so that's all I got to say, I guess, about that. Um, you know, it's just very, like, insensitive, unempathetic, and arrogant to just think that, like, you are the only one who's gone through, like, a shitty experience in life. You know what I'm saying? And that somehow God or religion is the problem. You know, because they didn't come to your rescue. Like, come on. You know, it's like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? If the Bible's true, then we're all going to live in paradise one day. And this old world that we live in right now is just going to be a long forgotten dream. You know what I'm saying? We're going to live in a world where everybody gets along and nobody hates each other and politics don't matter. And, you know, where everybody won't be whining and crying about, oh, I have to have this free stuff and I have to have this free stuff, and if you don't give it to me, then you're bad. You know, it's like, you know, we all struggle in life at, you know, times. And I'm not saying that some people don't need help. I don't disagree with that. You know, some people do need help, you know. But, you know, to just assume that you should be taken care of at other people's expense is kind of like, you know, self-centered and selfish. You know, that would be what would be selfish, not the person that's saying, I don't want to help you. That's not being selfish. A person can choose to help you or not help you. Now, you can call them stingy, or you can say, well, you're not very nice. That's fine. But that doesn't make you, like, inherently bad, because it's your money. You can do what you want with it. You know, when you go to your job, it doesn't say on the paycheck, in order for you to earn this money, you have to give it away. You know? What's on the paycheck is like 42 hours, right? You worked 42 hours and we're going to pay you this much per hour, and here's the gross that we have to pay you because of the 42 hours that you worked. Right? We're paying you what we said we're going to pay you per hour. Right? You earned your keep, as it is. It doesn't say on there, you know, in order to get this money, you have to give 30% of it to the government. You know, the only time you give money to the government is if you vote for somebody who says that you have to do that. Right? You're the one who says somebody has to do that. You know? Now, I'm not saying you should do that. I think it's wrong. I think the government should take the least amount of money possible from its citizens. You know, the fact that people pay high taxes is to me, that's immoral. That's wrong. So, you know, but when you have the mentality of, like, the government has to take care of you, then the government, basically, it's never enough. They're just going to keep taking more and more and more and more until you're just getting less and less and less and less. And you're working harder and harder and harder and harder for that little bit of money that you make. Like, this is the only end result from a socialist, communist, you know, heavy government-run society. We have proof because we've seen communism at work. We've seen its failures. We've seen socialism at work. We've seen its failures. But it's like we still come around full circle, and the next generation is just convinced that this is all a wonderful idea. like, like what? And I have to clap my hands to the college professors and the politicians who keep convincing generation after generation to accept this kind of stupid mentality. And it really comes down to this. They're persistent. They're relentless. See, Christians have failed because they weren't persistent. They bent over to the world, right? They weren't relentless, meaning that no matter how hard things were, they were going to keep pushing on. Nope. They became weak and let fear set in. And conservatives, the same thing. If you want to go from the worldly standpoint, conservatives, same thing. They bent to the world. They became fearful. Mainly because they became less religious, right? Because if you don't believe in God, you're going to fear for your life. That's just what it comes down to. So this is why I say we lost the battle. Right? The woke and the left has won. And when people say, "Oh, we're making a comeback," or the religious groups are making a comeback, no, they're not. Not the true religion. Catholicism, that's basically leftist ideology in a religious form. In fact, leftist ideology is Catholicism in a political robe, in a political cover. Okay, because Catholicism is authoritarian, just like the Muslim religion is. So I don't want the country to become religious. I want us to become conservative. You know what I mean? In a liberal sense. Right? Because conservatives really are liberal in the way that they think. They want less government. They want to do their thing, you do your thing. They don't want to be controlled. So when you say conservative, you really mean like a liberal mindset. That's really what it is. It's just the left labels everything that is against them conservative. So everybody's kind of skewed, what conservatism is. You know what I'm saying? The terms have become kind of shifted. It's like this whole anti-gun movement. Like, why? For what? Like, what? I mean, it's not going to help a thing. To take away our guns. It's going to make it worse. In fact, we've already seen what's happened when you take guns away. Right? What happened in Buffalo. They had strong gun laws in that area, so somebody just walked in and started shooting up, and nobody could protect themselves. Why? Because they weren't carrying guns. You know what I mean? Whereas in the other area where you could carry guns, there was a shooter, right? And an everyday citizen took out their gun and shot them. So they were able to do less harm because the citizens were able to step forward and protect. You see? Now, if you're like anti-police, then you should be pro-gun. Right? Because if you want the citizen to be empowered and the police not to be empowered above what their power should be, then let the citizen take control of the situation before the police get there, right? Because Now you might say this is an opinion, but this is just observation. By the time police get to a scene of a serious crime, then the crime is already escalated, right? Exponentially by the time they get there, right? Either more people have been hurt or killed, or more anger has been, you know, created amongst the two who are, you know, having their argument. Or a hostage situation has taken place now because the citizens weren't able to just defend themselves right off the bat. You see, so because citizens don't carry guns around with them, then when the police get there, tensions are already really high. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're after me. Ah! Yeah, so tensions are already really high. And in some cases, you know, they don't even know what's going on, right? So So, yeah, so I mean, citizens carrying guns should be like a given, right? Um, yeah, I don't really need to go with anybody. I appreciate everybody being on the server, but I don't, I want to hunt the way I want to hunt. You know, mind you, having a gun, you know, you have to be responsible. You have to know how to use it. So, I mean, I have no problem with, like, I have no problem with, you know, saying that you have to go through training to use the gun. You know what I'm saying? Or that you have to be at least 18 to walk around with a gun freely. You know, I have no problem with even, like, say, a background check. Although I think that that should be still pretty loose. I don't think that just because you were a felon before, that gives you the right never to be able to own a gun anymore. you know, maybe there should be some time that passes, right? To show that, you know, you're not going out in society and causing trouble, right? That's fine. But I think that every American should be able to just go out, buy a gun. Like, just like you're able to go out and get a driver's license. You know, and this is the problem that I have with these politicians that call themselves conservatives. Right? Conservatives have had control of Congress several times. And yet, they have passed no real legislation to say that you can get a federal license to own a gun, because this is how they can get around the states, right? They could say that you can apply for a federal gun license, right? Which may be a logistic nightmare, but whatever, let's just roll with me here. Because I'm saying this for a reason. You can apply for a federal gun license to own this guy don't want to die, huh? Well, he just doesn't like me. He died. And, you know, if a state wants to pass like an anti-gun law, then put in the federal law that if you deny rights to any person who has a federal gun license to be able to carry or use their gun in your state, then you're going to be fined heavily, millions of dollars, right? So this will make it nearly impossible for states to pass anti-gun laws. You see what I'm saying? Because you can say the Constitution says that we have the right to bear arms. That's it. Period. And we also have a right to form militias. Right? So when people say that militias are bad, well, they're actually, again, it's going against the Constitution. You know what I mean? When they say stuff like that. Because the Constitution says that you're allowed to form militias. Now, those militias may not do anything. Like I'm not saying they can go out and start shooting things up. It doesn't say that. But it does say that they can defend themselves against a tyrannical government. Now, what would be a tyrannical government? Well, a tyrannical government would be somebody who wants to take away your constitutional rights. That would be what a tyrannical government is. Right? The Constitution would be what defines a tyrannical government. The entity that wants to not give you your constitutional rights would be the tyrannical government. Right? That's how you would define it. So I don't understand how in courts that this is not a no-brainer. How in Congress that this is not a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said these politicians, a lot of them are just fake. Right? They just talk the talk, but they don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? You got the left that are the elitists. Right? They're trying to uphold the rich people and the corporations, even though they constantly say they're talking against them. Right? They're not. Right? Because look at how they just aided and abetted the pharmaceutical companies. Right? How they uphold the medical industry as there's this like heavenly body of people. Right? When the medical industry is making money left and right off the government. This is why they want national health care. To feed their corporate friends. You see? It's why they want food stamps for everybody. Because again, you're feeding their corporate friends. So open up your eyes, people. You know what I'm saying? Follow the money. Like, where is all the money going? It's going to rich people and corporations. And I'm not saying any rich people. They're rich people, the leftists, the woke, the ones who are making money off the government. Not Elon Musk. See, they're trying to demonize Elon Musk because they want you to take your eyes off of, you know, the corporations who are sucking off the government. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Again, people need to open up their eyes, man. You know, if you're going to vote conservative, then vote for a conservative. Don't vote for somebody who just says they're conservative. You know what I mean? Vote for somebody who you know is going to uphold the Constitution. In fact, somebody who's going to make laws that uphold the Constitution. Because for so many decades now, they've been making laws that really go against our constitutional rights. Now, I don't own a gun. I'm not a gun owner. But I believe in the Second Amendment rights. You know, I'm not working right now, so I mean, I don't have a lot of money anyway. So, but if I was to go back to work full time, if it were possible, because you know I still have all my medical issues that I'm dealing with, and it's very hard for me to figure out what I can do because my medical issues just attack me at random. So it's like very difficult for me to say, well, I can do this or I can do that, you know? Oh. What a surprise. Okay, so there's two. Somebody's shooting. Who's over here? How did Mitch get over here? Oh, an uncommon. Hello there, pretty boy. Shots. Stomach, right forearm. Why is Mitch fighting a Rex? He's supposed to wait for us, dude. Guess he killed him. Who was shooting? Thought it was Mitch, but I guess it's not. Patrick? Oh, Patrick. I didn't see him get on. Oh, there might be another one. Wow. 3 wrecks, huh? Oh, he's shooting a Utah. So this Rex must be hurt. Gotta get my stamina back. Hello. sure Patrick must have hit this Rex before. No, 2 shots. Wow. Huh. I'm actually shooting accurately for once. Man, I can't see at all out of these glasses. I mean, I've been living half blind for months now. But whatever. Gonna do. Alright, we're gonna move on to Madame's. Hey Chris, what's up, man? Glad you could make it. Alright, I guess we'll head over to Madame's. Where are we going here? A little lost. So, end pin? What's... Oh, okay. Well, what kind of a name is that? So where's Madame's? It's over here? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll head across here. I hope npin didn't like mess up the server person, because how long am I gonna stream for? Well, it's been an hour and 38 minutes. I'm not sure. At least another half hour, maybe an hour. Here's another Rex. Depending on how many, dinosaurs we got. Because, once it turns into a walking simulator, I kind of don't want to stream anymore, Plus, I said my spiel for the day. Ugh, always 700s. Come on, make it more exciting, man. Alright, we'll go this way. It's just boring. Boring, boring, boring. I don't even know why I went that way. I kind of figured he was gonna... Luckily, somebody gave me a bunch of arrows. You can thank Hawk for the arrows. Although that's not the name he uses anymore. wish there was like teleport system. Oh, Rex. There it is. Good grief, this people. Now he's going to use the pellet gun. He's not going to stop. Nice. Boy, I'm getting lucky today. Oh, Mr. Duck got one. Nice. Although it says I got 100% for some reason. I have to run upstairs and check the server. Just to make sure that those two people didn't push him out of the tree, because I had him hiding in a tree to be safe. Well, be right back. crashed. I'll be back. Coming back. Hopefully I can connect. Oh wait. Hey, Nerdbird. What a name. Nerdbird, huh? I wonder where you thought that one up. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Hope I can connect. Welcome to the stream, Nerdbird. If I'm reading that correctly. My glasses are terrible. I need glasses. I was thinking about getting the LASIK, but I guess, you know, there's no money for that. Hey, I'm back. All the way on the other side, wow. No. Okay, so I'm at the river, which means randomly popped up. Well, I don't think you got a peanut brain. You thought up a pretty interesting name. I mean, you can kind of picture like a logo, right? Of a little birdie with big gigantic glasses on its head or something. You know? Almost out of ammo. Yeah, almost out of ammo. This is not good. So we got 2 Utah wagging their tails. Could have been these guys just walking around in a circle. Must conserve ammo. Dang, right in the head. Now the the reason I crashed is because I'm harvesting. If I harvest, if I loot, then after a little while my game crashes. Boy, it's hard to hear what's going on here now. Because of the thunderstorm. Don't start giving me ideas that won't end well. Well, to each his own. So I don't think there's going to be any ammo here. And I don't want any of that stuff. I'm going to try to go down okay. Got a fire there. And a fire there, huh? I just never noticed two fires there. But I'm sure it's always been there. I think I hear something over here. So I'm going to be getting back into some Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, I know it's not a hunting simulator, but still. I like the game a lot. I'm going to check back here to see if there's a Rex wandering. Wow, Chris, you're way over there, huh? Oh, no. Maybe he thinks that's me. Oh, okay. He knows. Alright. I don't know, Chris, by the time you get to me. If I saw your Xbox profile, the amount of times I get called Captain Crunch. Why do they call you Captain Crunch? What am I doing? Hiking on your feet makes them look beautiful, maybe. It certainly will give you good calluses. That's for sure. Oh, I hear Utah. There must be a Rex over there, huh? That sounds like a lot of Utah. Gotcha. Captain Crunch. Well, there is a captain on the box of Captain Crunch, right? Ridiculous. Should have been dead. Right on the money. Should be dying, man. That one worked. I hear something over here. Not sure if it's more Utah. I like co-op games. Where, you know, you and real people fight against, you know, PvE mobs. Like that I can really get into. Alright, Nerdbird, take care. Yeah, so when I don't have anything to say, I really don't have anything to say. Yeah, so I like Wolfenstein Youngblood co-op, and I was been wanting to play Back for Blood 2, Back to Blood also, but I haven't bought the game yet. Well, I have it on I have it on Xbox Game Pass, so I guess you could say I do have it. Of course, I'd prefer to play everything through Steam, but where did Chris go? He's way over there, huh? Guess they killed everything. Yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood got a lot of negative feedback. But I don't know. Personally, I like the game. You know, I think that it ran really well. The graphics were nice. I mean, the gameplay was fine. I mean, you know, I don't know. I didn't play the other Wolfenstein games, so I don't know how how the gameplay was. You know what I mean? Um, versus Youngblood, but I mean, I wouldn't care about that anyway. Like that wouldn't matter to me. You know what I mean? That wouldn't matter at all. Because I don't necessarily. I mean, yeah, I believe in don't fix what's not broken, but you know, at the same time, I don't have a problem with like a developer, you know, trying to change things up a bit and put out another, you know, kind of game. They were trying to make like a co-op experience, so I can totally understand that. To me, if it's a fun shooter, then it's a fun shooter. You know what I mean? That's just what it comes down to for me. Oh, look at that. We got glitches. Glitches are happening. Oh, no primal then. You got it. Nice. I guess he's gonna climb the volcano. Really? Flicker? Stupid. Flicker! Alright. Gonna look for one more Rex here. There's gotta be one more. Right over his head. Oop. Oh, I crashed, that's right. Yeah, so I don't know how many wrecks we got. Congratulations, Mr. Duck. Yeah, so this is what I don't really like. Walking simulator. I think shooting too many times, it doesn't always make a better kill because body shots don't really, do a whole lot of damage. Plus, if they're running, they're probably just going to keep running. I think I hear something, but not sure. And using the big guns too scares them away if you shoot them a lot, I think. Yeah, I hear you talk. It's down below. I need another coffee. Hello. Oh, it's stuck. Funny. Gotta get a difference. How can I take a screenshot here? Let's see. Here we go. Wish they had a different way you could do these things. Yeah, we'll head over to Bushwhack here and see if there's any I didn't eat breakfast yet. Somebody got it. Okay, we're out in the open here. That's very quiet. Got a hard shot from that distance. Not bad, not bad at all. Gun. Kills my ears. What's he shooting? Way over there. there's any wrecks around, that should have got their attention. But sometimes they hang out back here at the beach. But I think everybody killed them. You know, we killed a lot of wrecks earlier, so I suspect that we're probably only going to see Utah. And maybe some trike. The stream is so bright. I wonder if that's because of my settings that I have on my laptop. I would imagine that's probably it. I hope there's sound. Nah, I don't hear anything back here. Sometimes it's standing like right there. But I don't see a thing. But there is a crate out here. Strike, that's it. Yeah, I guess we must have cleaned out most of the wrecks. There might be something here and there, but there's a trike out there. I guess it was too far. He was not going to get away. Yeah, I gotta fix the settings on my laptop. I changed the NVIDIA settings, so it's because I was outside in the sun, so I prematurely turned up the brightness and everything. So now it's really ridiculous. I assume it's not streaming that way, I hope. I'm hoping that's just how it looks on the screen. behind him because he's coming after me, so. Ah, he's gonna fly away. Probably. Yep. He's gone. Chris is going nuts. That one was already hurt. Get a headache. Too much shooting. Should die eventually. Oh, he's shooting that one up the hill. Up there. Be nice if there was like, come on, one more T-Rex. One more. Man, I'm almost out of arrows. I only got 2,470. Now this other bird over here should... See, the bloom effect, or the blending effect, whatever they got going on here, actually looks good in this game. Up, it died. But it is all quiet. Where'd that bird go? Yeah, I think that's it. Ugh. Getting tired. I think we cleaned house. I wonder if this number goes up. I don't think so. Because this number stopped at 258 hours, so I don't know if these numbers are going up anymore. I don't think they are. Like the session stats, you know, work, but I don't think the other numbers. The global numbers work. Alright everybody, well thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe. Hey Nerdbird. Yeah, we're calling it a day, or I'm calling it a day. We cleared out the server pretty much. So if any of you guys want to play again, I should be streaming at least once or twice a week now. So if you don't have the game and want to play it, go to one of the key sites online and type in the Hunter Primal and see if they got some keys. G2A Gaming is a one that I use. Not sure of the other ones, but anyway. Love y'all. Take care. Don't forget to like, share the channel. Support if you can. Thank you again, Ron, for the donations. Anyway, have a great weekend. Take care.